it's been an interesting one, to be honest. I've had my low moments, I've had my high moments. I've had times when I thought I was going to give up on this dream because it wasn't an easy task. But then I pushed persistence, and now it's paying off.
I love the way you say that it's paying off now, and that's a lesson for a lot of us.
Yeah.
There will always be low moments in business.
Definitely.
There will be exciting moments. It's a mixed bag, as they say.
Yeah.
But I'm still curious. I want to find out, when you decided that this was going to be a commercial venture for you, you must have thought of the startup resources.
Definitely, I did think about the startup resources, but then there's something with a hobby, something you love to do. It's enough to push you into whatever you want. Don't think of the capital now. Your passion is enough to push you into whatever you want to do, to be honest with you.
So for you, if one is to venture into this kind of business, and you want to give them like a list of startup resources, the mindset,
your mindset comes in first. It comes in first, honestly speaking.
That's what I'm getting.
Don't think about the money first. Do not think about the money first.
Isn't it often said that money answereth all things?
Not all things. There are people with this money that are entirely not fulfilled.
Deep.
To be honest with you, not all things.
So your passion first. Your
passion first. I don't have all the money in the world. My place is not up to how I want it to be. But then I'm doing what I love to do. That's enough.
With a passion.
It was that was when my dad, I think he even spotted the business spirit in me first. He had always known I wasn't the one that was cut out for a 9-to-5 life. I was more of the make this money, come off for here kind of person. It has always been like that for me. Funny enough, most people don't know this about business yet. Do you know delivery cashes in more money for you?
I'm just hearing that.
Honestly speaking, it cashes in more money than people who walk into it, honestly. Because I think we have so many 9-to-5 people, or so many people who do not have that time. So they would rather call you to bring that food to them.
Okay.
In my place, for instance, we don't have up to 15 people in a day who walk in to eat, honestly speaking. I always say that every time. We don't have up to 15 people in a day who come in to eat. Most times we get calls from people. Please deliver this food to us. Please deliver this food to us.
So the delivery earns you more revenue than honestly, what the restaurant does?
Yes, it does actually.
How does the delivery thing work? I thought it said that we don't have infrastructures to drive that in our environment.
We do. You would, when you need something, you would have to work for it. You have to hunt it down. I made sure I got bike men who I can trust with food, my food.
Yeah.
I've been using a particular group of guys since I started my business. We don't just give food to random people. So when we have deliveries, we just call them up, and they're always on ground to help us get this food to customers.
Do the prospects call you on phone?
Definitely they do. They
just call that alone?
Yeah, we give the food to the delivery guy. We hand the address over and the person's phone number over. So when they get there, they drop the food. They call the person, hey, I'm here with your food, and they collect, and that's how it works. Simple, really easy.
You make it sound easy peasy.
It's actually easy peasy. Honestly.
Because a lot of us will think, oh, in Nigeria, the infrastructures are not there, oh, the logistical...
You make things happen if you want them to happen. If everybody keeps complaining, then how do we make it happen?
You make things happen if you want it to happen.
Yeah.
I look forward to when I will go to an event and I will have the Agoyin corner. I bet a lot of people will ignore the jollof rice.
So Agoyin has come to stay now. Agoyin is king now. Leave jollof, please.
Agoyin is not my portion. I'm into a burger.
No, me, it is my own.
It is your own portion. I can imagine. If you're smiling to the bank, it definitely has to be your portion. Of course. And when you started, did you start with Agoyin?
No. Funny thing. It wasn't with Agoyin.
Okay.
Because we weren't so sure how the reception would be. So we started with the rice and coal kind of food. Then we realized each day the Agoyin was always sold out, but we always had leftover of rice. We had like a 3-month test run from like February till April, May.
Okay.
Yeah. Then at some point I told myself, man, babe, stop deceiving yourself. Rice ujawu. Honestly, to be serious, I told myself then, we gave the customers like a heads up, a 1-week heads up, like when you start coming from this time, you might not make rice here again. This is becoming a full-time Agoyin joint with its accompaniments. And that was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the business evolved into what it is presently. You first had multiple items on your menu list.
Menu, yeah.
Then you began to listen to the market.
Yeah.
And when you listened to the market and you found out that Agoyin was giving you more revenue than the other items,
yeah.
you decided to shut down the other items.
To shut down the other items entirely.
Most people won't do that.
That's most people.
I
would do that.
They'll still want to retain the revenue coming from those other items.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
So you just decided to close your eyes to, okay, if I lose this, this is what I want to play on.
We're going full time into this. You know, then the Agoyin attention was a bit. We weren't paying so much attention
because
to
we divided the attention.
Exactly. But now we're focusing on this one thing, and you have to give it your best, definitely. Because really, when we were still selling Agoyin, we didn't really have the likes of the Ejakika and Pomo and all those things coming alongside. But when we started as Omoelewa, full time, every other thing had to come in.
Wow. So
every other thing.
You sell Agoyin, not even the other kinds of beans, just Agoyin. Weren't you afraid that you might be limiting yourself?
No.
You weren't?
Not one bit. Because honestly speaking, to be honest with you, I pretty much studied the environment. This was something I noticed. Okay, the reason why these people were coming for this particular dish was because they couldn't get it around. So there was no fear whatsoever. It was like our most sold out item daily. So there was no, in fact, it gave me more confidence instead, to be honest with you.
And is there only Agoyin that I will get if I come into your restaurant?
Only Agoyin and everything that follows Agoyin. Bread,
such as
plantain, ejakika, momo, beef. Then if you want to step down, omitutuwa, then drinks.
And gizzard, I guess.
No, those ones are still coming in. It's a step at a time.
Oh.
A step at a time, trust me.
A step at a time. I love that concept of a step at a time. And that's something I like to sell to a lot of people. One step at a time.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to get there.
You get there.